It's a massive game, obviously, Saturday, and a massive game for Tranmere as well. Is the approach any different going into this one as it would have been for these games leading up to it?
No, the approach won't be different for any of the games. The approach will be exactly the same. The players are intelligent enough to understand where we are in relation to the table. They see it every day on Sky Sports News. I've most definitely took a different approach this week in terms of not mentioning it and not explaining or talking about what points tally we would potentially need. We take it a game at a time. The players can handle the situation as they showed on Tuesday night. They're right behind what we're doing, which is all I can ask. They're very much united and having great honesty about their work and their togetherness. And if they give us that in every game, we'll give it a right good go, and we'll fight till the very last game.
You're obviously keeping that aspect away from the players, but what about you as manager? Do you look to see what the other teams are doing? Because fortunately the results have been largely favourable over the last 7 days.
Yeah, well, obviously you've got to keep an eye on what's going on. You know, you need to know where you are on the table. You need to know, even in terms of the make up the team, systems and styles. Are you going to become more aggressive in your approach? And I think I have been up to this point. I think what we've had available, I've said from day one, getting the job, I want to be a progressive coach who looks to play football and looks to create chances. And we've done that. We just haven't converted them enough. And I think if we had done this season, we would have been well clear of this. But that's the case. You know, we are where we are, and there's a reason for that. And I've my own thoughts on that. So it's not going to change now to the end of the season. We've implemented some systems which I think have actually been effective. And you know, as I say, I just go back to the same thing. If the players give us their all in terms of energy and honesty, we'll be in a very good show.
And although Saturday's opponents are struggling, there's obvious quality in that team, the likes of Wallace and Kumas and Lowe.
Cassidy, Robinson, if they have got good players, there's no two ways about it. Lowe has been a consistent performer at this level for a long time. He's one of them players who you feel you don't really need to pay too much attention to, because he doesn't get involved in the link-up play, but he's always on the shoulder and he always knows where the goal is. Kumas has been a very experienced player, was quality. Robinson the same. Cassidy and Wallace are two players who Cassidy's proved at this level as a young kid with Wolves and got to Tranmere last season. He knows where the goal is. Wallace, I think, is probably one of the best players in the league in terms of his organisation, his leadership as a very young 21 or 22-year-old kid, wherever he is. But yeah, they've got some decent players. They're on a bad run, similar to ourselves. They're at home. There'll be a little bit more pressure on them. And as I say, we'll go and give it our best shot.
Just finally, Graham, a word about the crowd on Tuesday night. There was a few extra came in who took up the offer, but I thought the support they gave the team and you was fantastic.
Absolutely magnificent. I've said it all along. The 3,500–4,000 crowd have come. Have been very supportive. They're willing and desperate for us to do as well as we possibly can. And they've been very much behind the team, singing and encouraging and trying to get on the opposition team's back and creating a hostile atmosphere, which is what I've asked, and all credit to them. You know, we're going to need that and more if we can for the remaining games. But I think they would have gone away pleased on Tuesday night with the level of energy and performance, but obviously not the result.
Right.